welcome to another video. This is the fourth video in the series of Rapids, where we discuss all the important current affairs in a concise manner, targeting the prelims of 2022, covering as much as possible in as less time as possible. So let's begin today's session. So the first topic is about feminization of agriculture. So this particular topic has been in news for quite some time because the trend for more females in agriculture has increased as men are migrating in search of jobs and for other reasons. So more women are coming into fields and they are getting involved in the agriculture. So what happened recently was this PLFS survey, this periodic labor force survey 2019-2020. This was released, and the data released in this also showed that there is a huge increase in the female labor force participation rate in agriculture, particularly. Overall, also there was an increase of female labor force participation, and also specifically in agriculture. So the rise in the workforce engaged in agriculture overall, also not female but overall workforce who is engaged in agriculture, उसमें भी rise हुआ है. Like it was earlier 2018-19 के सर्वे में it was 42.5%, जो कि अब increase होके 45.6% हो गया है. So this is about overall people engaged in agriculture for employment. So that has also increased. An increase in the female labor force participation has been by 5.5%. When compared to the results of this 2018-19 survey, the increase has been 5.5% for female labor force participation rate. And much of it is driven by the increased labor force participation rate of rural women. That means there is an increase in the number of women participating in the labor force, and much of that increase is because of this feminization of agriculture. So if such statement-based questions are there in the UPSC, then these conceptual clarity you need to have. Then, since we are discussing this, one related information is about this scheme, this Mahila Kisan Sashakti-karan Pariyojana. It is a subcomponent of Deen Dayal Antyodaya Yojana NRLM, that is National Rural Livelihood Mission. So, under this, a component of this particular scheme is Mahila Kisan Sashakti-karan Pariyojana. So this is one related news. The main news was this, the results of this survey. There has been an increase in female labor force participation, and much of that increase is because of increased feminization of agriculture. Next is Ministry of Women and Child Development is set to ease the rules for inter-country adoption. So under Ministry of Women and Child Development, we have an an agency, that is Central Adoption Resource Agency. So this particular agency is in charge of all the adoptions that happen in the country also and inter-country also. So the news is that this agency is going to relax the rules that regulates the inter-country adoption. So the adoption amendment regulation for 2021 has been prepared, and this is being vetted by the law ministry now. So it is in process now. The lawmaking, the draft is in process of being considered by the different ministries. And about the CARA, the amendment will ensure that CARA, which regulates adoption under Juvenile Justice Act, so that NOC which is provided by CARA is granted in a more speedy manner. So it is basically targeted to ease the process and to expedite the process of inter-country adoption. So in general, for inter-country adoption, there are two ways. One is through CARA, one is through the Juvenile Justice Care and Protection of Children Act, और उसके अंदर, इस एक्ट के अंदर जो रेगुलेट करता है वो होता है CARA, जो हमने अभी जिस एजेंसी के बारे में पढ़ा. And the second route is through this particular act, Hindu Adoption and Maintenance Act, HAMA. So this CARA and HAMA are the two ways through which inter-country adoptions are regulated. And recently, before this also, Ministry of Women and Child Development waived a 2-year mandatory period that an adoptive family would have to stay in the country. So earlier what used to happen, suppose the parents are there, they are from other country, they adopted one Indian child, so they were required to mandatorily stay in India only, so that they can be monitored how they are treating the child. So all this can be monitored. So they were required to stay for 2 years, but that condition is now relaxed. Instead, they will be allowed to go to their own country, and the Indian missions in that particular country will be monitoring them instead of asking them to stay in India. So this was also one good step in that direction. It eased the process and without compromising with the monitoring part. Then about CARA, CARA is a statutory body, okay, and it comes under this Ministry of Women and Child Development. It acts as the nodal body for the adoption of children, both in country and inter country. So in दोनों type के adoptions को CARA regulate करती है. And we also read about this Hindu Adoption and Maintenance Act, HAMA. So HAMA का establishment हुआ था 1956 में, और it covers Hindu, Sikhs and Buddhist and Jains in religion specific जो rules हैं for adoption, that is regulated by HAMA. And other under this Juvenile Justice Care and Protection of Children Act के अंदर जो adoptions होते हैं, that is regulated by CARA. So these are the two ways of adoption in India, and these are the two agencies respectively who are in charge of those kind of adoptions. So this was about this news. Then Judima rice wine. So this has been in news because this has been given the GI tag. So what is this rice wine? This is a homemade rice wine of Assam's Dimasa tribe. So you need to know the name of the tribe, you need to know which state this tribe belongs to, and specifically this becomes important because this homemade rice wine which is associated with this tribe has been given the GI tag. And not only that, it has also become the first traditional brew in all of the Northeast to bag a geographical indication tag. So पूरे Northeast region में ये पहला traditional brew है, drinking product है जिसको GI tag मिला है. So that also makes it even more important. अब ये कुछ इसके बारे में कि जुडीमा जो राइस है, to produce this particular rice wine, what they do is to Dimasa tribe uses a glutinous rice called bora, which is indigenous to the region, and the bark of a plant which is thembra. तो इन दोनों को मिलाकर they produce, they process and produce this rice wine. GI tag के बारे में I hope all of you know. Still, GI tag is awarded to the products associated with a specific geographical origin. So GI tag अगर किसी को मिल रहा है तो उसमें एक component definitely उसमें रहता है कि ये particular चीज जिसको GI tag मिल रहा है that is associated with one particular region, और वो उस region का वो identity है. So that is why this GI tag is geographical indication, an indication of that geography, that region. Okay, so this was about GI tag. Then some small topics, miscellaneous topics, but they are important. Just so you know about them. Firstly, अभी Punjab elections में, Punjab Assembly elections में, the election dates were postponed by the Election Commission of India due to some festivals. So in that context, the section 153 is important because section 153 that you need to know is under Representation of People Act 1951, और इसके अंदर ही ECI को ये पावर मिलता है कि वो जो एक्सटेंड कर सकते हैं टाइम का. सो अगर असेंबली इलेक्शन हो रहे हैं और उसको एक्सटेंड करना पड़े तो उसके लिए ECI कर सकती है, एंड फॉर दिस दे आर गेटिंग द पावर अंडर सेक्शन 153 ऑफ रिप्रेजेंटेशन ऑफ पीपल एक्ट 1951. And such an extension should not go beyond the date of normal dissolution. अब election हो रहा है, that means कि वो assembly, legislative assembly is about to dissolve, and we need fresh set of MLAs so that जो next session है assembly का वो start हो सके. But अगर वो delay हो रहा है, extend हो रहा है, that means कि वो जो नया assembly है वो भी late start होगा. But this should not happen, and that is why this condition is there कि extension हो भी रहा है तो इतना नहीं होना चाहिए कि जो डेट है ऑफ नॉर्मल डिसोल्यूशन, जिस दिन को नॉर्मल डिसोल्यूशन होने वाला है स्टेट असेंबली का, उससे एक्सीड नहीं करना चाहिए. यू कैन एक्सटेंड विद दैट कैविट. So this is the this particular thing about our this Representation of People Act, this section that you need to know, not the news. This section is important. Then Corruption Perception Index. This index is released by Transparency International, and India का इसमें rank है 85th among 180 countries. Denmark, New Zealand and Finland ने टॉप किया है. तो this is not important, this particular information. The important thing is that you need to know the index, you need to know which agency, which particular organization releases this particular index. Then tenure of the National Commission for Safai Karmachari extended 3 years beyond 2022. So जो National Commission for Safai Karmachari है, that was established first of all in 1993 as a statutory body. एक particular act के अंदर, NCSK act के अंदर this body was established, this commission was established, और तब ये statutory body था. उसके बाद till 1997 initially for the period of 1997 इसको this commission was established, and then it was then later extended till 2004, और 2004 तक भी ये statutory body ही रहा. But after 2004 till today, till this year, दिस बॉडी रिमेन्ड एग्जीक्यूटिव बॉडी, क्योंकि 2004 के बाद जो इस बॉडी का जो टेन्योर का एक्सटेंशन हुआ, दैट वाज बिकॉज ऑफ एग्जीक्यूटिव ऑर्डर्स, नॉट बिकॉज ऑफ स्टैट्यूटरी अमेंडमेंट्स, एंड दैट्स व्हाई आफ्टर 2004 this body became lost its statutory status, and it is an executive body now. So it is a non-statutory body because after 2004 it has been extended through executive orders. So 2004 के बाद कई बार ये extend हुआ, recently extend हुआ था, and now this year also it was extended, and now it has been extended beyond 3 years, beyond 2022. So जो इसका last extension हुआ था, that gave it the lifeline till 2022. अब जो extension हुआ है उससे 3 साल इसको और बढ़ गया. But if someone asks कि this commission का nature क्या है, so this is not a statutory commission, क्योंकि जो extension हुआ है that is because of executive resolution. So this is important. Then Open Data Week. ओपन डेटा वीक दिस वाज लॉन्च्ड बाय मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ हाउसिंग एंड अर्बन अफेयर्स, और इसमें क्या होता है कि 100 स्मार्ट सिटीज जो है दे विल पार्टिसिपेट इन दिस ओपन डेटा वीक. द पर्पस इज दैट दे शुड बी एनकरेज्ड to involve and to learn more and more from the open data, so to use more of open data in their governance framework or any other policies or decision making that they are into, that they are involved into. ओपन डेटा होता क्या है कि इट इज अ डेटा दैट कैन बी फ्रीली यूज्ड, रीयूज्ड एंड डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड टू एनीवन. सो जो सोर्स कोड है दैट इज फ्रीली अवेलेबल फॉर any portal that is designed or any app that is designed, any technology. So उसका जो डेटा है that is kept open so that can be used for public governance. So this was about this miscellaneous news, which were short but they were important. So that's it for today. We'll meet in our next video. Till then, keep studying well and all the best.